Hey guys, 8.4 Properties of Logarithms. This one's actually a pretty easy section. Hopefully you agree with that and you find it to be true. Um, I I don't know. This one, there's another section we'll be looking at later that is very similar to this as well. So hopefully I've got my fingers crossed that this is okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Example 1, we're identifying the properties of logarithms. So we're just identifying them. We're not doing anything. This is just a level 1 knowledge thing. Okay, so the log of base b of m times n is equal to log base b of m plus log base b of n. That's the product property. Okay, so we're multiplying them together, so we separate them with an addition symbol for the product property. If we're dividing the values m and n, then we can we can separate them by subtraction, and that is known as the quotient property. And then if you have a base raised to a power, then you can take that power, that exponent, and you move it out front. And you're multiplying the log base b by this number. Very, very, very easy once you get those properties memorized. And hopefully that's going to be something that happens quickly because it's really not bad. Really, really not bad. Let's go ahead and skip down to the ones for your notes. State the property or properties used to rewrite each expression. All right, so looking at A, we've got log of 6. Well, they've got log of 2 plus log of 3. Well, this plus tells you that it's the product. And just to double check, 2 times 3 is 6. Bingo. All right, B, we've got x squared over y. Well, we've got two things going on here. We have this power, and we also have this division. So let's see if we have that represented here. So we have the 2 out front of this, so that would be the power property. And this subtraction is telling you that it is the quotient. Okay, so you can have more than one property. I do believe there's 1 or 2 that might have all 3. So just pay attention. Example 2, simplifying logarithms. Okay, so now we're going to take the logarithm and we are going to write it, or we're going to take the ones which are subtracting or adding, whatever, and we're going to convert them using those properties to either multiplication, division, exponents, and go from there. All right, let's see. So write each logarithm expression as a single logarithm. We have a log base 4 of 64 minus log base 4 of 16. So this minus sign tells us that we are going to be dividing, right? So then we have log base 4, 64 divided by 16. Now we need to simplify this. 64 divided by 16 is going to give us 4. So now we have log base 4 of 4. And that is your answer because you're writing it as a single logarithm. Okay, now coming down here, we have 6 times log base 5 of x plus log base 5 of y. Well, this being out front tells us this is going to be moved to be an exponent. This tells us that we are multiplying. Right? So we're going to take this 6 and move it to that base. So that's going to give us log base 5 x to the 6th plus log base 5 of y. Now we want to work with this guy. So it's going to be log base 5 x to the 6th in the numerator and y in your denominator. And that's it. Easy peasy. All right, let's go ahead and go to example 3. Expanding logarithms. Okay, so now we're going to be undoing what we just did and also using those properties that we've learned to help us with this. Okay, so this is log base 7 of TU. So we're going to use the quotient property, which means we're going to be subtracting. So we're going to have log base 7 of t minus log base 7 of u. And that's it. There's nothing else left to do. All right. B. Oops. Okay. So now remember, we had discussed this before. If there is no written base there, then that means that this is base 10. But you can just leave it alone because we know that that's what that means. Okay, now here we have multiplication going on, and we have a power right here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work with is that multiplication. So this is going to give us log log base 10 of 4 plus log base 10 of p cubed. Okay, so now we need to work with this guy. He's going to come out front. So we have log 4 plus log, I was thinking, I just didn't say or write it. The 3 log p. And that's it. That's all we have. I do want to go ahead and take a look at this b down here, just because it is different. We have this entire expression being raised to this power. So the first thing we need to do is take this 2 and move it out front. So now we have 2 log y over 3. So now we need to separate this with subtraction. So this would be 2 log y minus 2 log 3. Now the other way you could have looked at that is log y squared over 3 squared. And then you can see that it works out the same either way. Okay, that's it for this section. So hopefully, like I said, easy. Hopefully you'll love this one. And please don't dismiss this one because it is easier. There's going to be questions on the test. And as long as you're practicing this, you will do fine.